In this video, you are going to learn proven strategies to go from $0 to $1,000 MRR building a SaaS from someone who's doing it right now. This interview is full of actionable insights that you can apply to your business growth today. Let's jump into it.
Hi, everybody. I'm David, and I'm one of the co-founders and brothers behind Shipper.now, which is a simple app where you send a prompt and it builds a full stack app for you. You just go in, send a message, and in about 2 to 3 minutes, the AI is going to spit out a full app for you.
Awesome. And what are your revenue numbers so far, and when did you get started?
When we first started talking, it was 1.1K MRR, and now it's down to $1,050. Churn happens, but yeah, we're basically at 1.1K or 1K MRR. We've launched just 59 days ago, and all of this money was made from the first day. So in 59 days, 1K MRR.
Got it. That's awesome. What I'd love to explore on this call and help people learn about is getting to that first 1,000 MRR. I think that I actually just saw a tweet, I think by Greg Eisenberg, where he talked about how getting the first 1,000 MRR is the hardest part. And then after that, it's still hard, obviously, but getting from 0 to 1,000 is a big accomplishment. And what are some of the things that you've been doing over the last 2 months to get here?
Yeah, so I was mainly in charge of the marketing side here. So I told myself I'm going to try every single trick in the book, everything that's worked in the past, everything that didn't, besides paid stuff. So we didn't run ads, we didn't pay influencers. We've tried everything that we could try for free to prove it to ourselves and to show the world that it can be done. I wouldn't be the first one to do this, but cutting to the chase, we launched on Product Hunt. We built in public on LinkedIn and X. We posted on Reddit. We did SEO and email marketing. The last one is rather for nurturing. But I think what was the most effective thing is the Product Hunt launch. I thought it wouldn't be that important anymore. It's 2025. Everybody launches 100 products a day on Product Hunt, but it really put us out there. So we've made the website, we made all the social accounts, we made it look nice, and then we just decided to go live one day. Now, what really happened was, I think it was a Wednesday or a Tuesday that we launched. We got 193 upvotes, not the most at all. We ended the day number 7. We're very close to number 6. Maybe got 40, 50 comments, but it wasn't 100% the Product Hunt launch that helped us grow. It was a tweet that I made. I went to Twitter and I literally did the simplest thing. I just went and I said, we launched on Product Hunt today. And then I put the link in the first comment, not in the post. And I think we got 90 comments, 200 likes, 9, 10 retweets, whatever, and 15K views, which for my account that had just 1K followers, that was big. I've never gone viral. That's the most viral I've gone. So I think a lot of people have seen us from X and then they went to Product Hunt, and that kind of made a mini viral loop. Like more people found out about us. So for a website that was a week old, this was huge for us. And then I think, I'm not sure if it was a few days before that, but whatever. But that's when I also started building in public. So I went on X and on LinkedIn. I started posting selfies of myself for the first time on X. That felt a bit weird, but I highly cannot encourage people enough to do this. So yeah, because people like to see the human connection. So they've seen my face, they've seen the product, they've seen day 1, 2, 3, whatever. I'm 59 today. So they see you constantly showing up, sharing all the wins and losses. And I think I forgot to mention the most important part. The Product Hunt launch is what drove the first 2 conversions. So with an app that, full disclosure, was not ready yet, we were just testing out the waters. We made 50 MRR by the time that I woke up. So the Product Hunt launch is on Eastern time. I'm actually on the European time zone. And I thought I timed it well. I was a bit stupid and I timed it bad. And I woke up hours before the launch went live and went up to my computer, made some coffee, and then opened up Product Hunt and Stripe, and I see 50 MRR. And I'm like, where is this coming from? We got a validation quickly. And if people were ready to pay for it that soon, it means we had to keep building. So we did that. And then we started posting a 10 to 15 second long screen recording on Reddit as well. Just being, again, a honest builder that's showing up. We just said, I made this app that creates apps for you. Simple screen recording. First comment was a bit of a longer description and a link to the website. And we did that on a couple of subreddits, more than a couple actually. And yeah, those posts for a product that's been a week old at that point have gotten 40, 50, 15, 10K views. And that's a lot of exposure for a new product, especially in such a competitive landscape like this. So this was stage one: Product Hunt, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Reddit.
Got it. And then what made you, actually a couple questions for Product Hunt. Did you just launch it and submit it? Do you do anything else? Because I've done Product Hunt launches before. Sometimes it works really well. Sometimes it doesn't get featured and then it's like it never happened basically. So did you do anything to get featured outside of just submitting it?
Not really. I'm happy to to show people the launch itself. What I've probably didn't move the needle that much, but what I did was I tried to make the graphics look as good as I could. I made a personalized video, just another 3-minute video when I was like, hey, Product Hunt, this is my video. Try to make it feel personal. And I think the X post helped us a lot. And I don't know what's happened, but the day after our launch, we got featured in Product Hunt's newsletter. We were one of the products in there. I think that also gave us a bit of visibility.
Got it. So you didn't do anything special or have 100 people upvote it at midnight.
Not really.
It just like it just worked out because the product spoke for itself. You did a good job packaging it, basically.
I think so. We didn't have a hunter either. We just tried to put it, and I think this is one of the core concepts behind Shipper. We tried to put it in as simple words as possible. Like you send a message, you like talking to the AI on iMessage, and it gives you a full app in exchange, which you can use yourself. Because I think a lot of the other competitors and apps like Shipper, they don't make it clear enough for beginners, which is also what started Shipper in the first place.
Yeah. And I'm on your website now. So is that kind of the differentiation that you're going for, is making it as simple as possible for like your parents to use it almost?
Yeah. Two main things that I think make us unique, because people, especially on Reddit, when they first saw us, they had this question: what makes you different from Lovable, Bolt, Cursor, and all these apps? First of all, from Cursor, for example, we're not a coding app. So you can code if you want to, but it's not recommended. You can just send messages. Second, we try to make it as simple for beginners. So if you don't know what an API key is, or if you don't know what SaaS means, you don't have to learn that. You just go in and you talk to this AI and build stuff for you. You don't need to code either. And third of all, I think a unique thing here, which I really want to keep going, is access to the founders. So if you want to go to Lovable and ask them to build a feature for you, or if you have a bug, you probably have to go through the support team, which takes a few hours. They have to get back to you. Nothing wrong with that. It's just that we're trying to go the extra mile, and basically any customer support message goes through me and Daniel, my brother and co-founder, and we're doing our best to like reply to people, because we've all been there on a customer support chat and had to wait for hours for the founders or the representatives to get back to you. What we're trying to do is to not just reply to people, but build a product based on their feedback. So if you're coming to us and you're saying, I want a Stripe integration, I'm moving that to the top of the list to keep people engaged and show them we care for them.
Cool. Yeah. It sounds like a lot of what you're doing is taking advantage of almost like being small and doing doing things that don't necessarily scale to 1 million users. But when you're small, you can do those types of things and get people to love your product. And the posting on X and sharing in public can scale actually, but that can be to your advantage, I feel like, when you're small and starting out, because people want to follow along.
Yeah, and I cannot stress this enough with sharing your face and everything in your journey and making videos and saying day 1, 2, 3, because as I said, I've never gone viral. My most viral tweet was about my Product Hunt launch, and you never know who's watching. So you can just post, and for example, like this very call we're having is 99% happening because of building in public. So if anybody's out there not sure if they should do it, I just say go for it, take that selfie, say what you're doing, show yourself to the world.
It's funny because it's so simple. All you have to do is take a selfie, share your revenue, share what you did that day, basically.
Yeah. Even if it's $0.
But no one wants to, I mean, I feel like there's a lot of people don't want to do it because it's personal, it's vulnerable.
It's scary,
which is why, that's good for you, because most people aren't going to do it, even if they know it's possible. Yeah.
It's one thing to post a selfie on Instagram, but then if you think of it, it's literally the same thing on X, but just saying I made $0, $25, and then it just compounds, and then you reach 100K followers and you're this big guy. But this is the ladder on the way there, and it's just so simple. Just make a tweet.
Yeah. And okay, so you launched on Product Hunt, you're posting on Reddit, you're doing all these kind of building public things.
Yeah.
How far did that get you? Is that what got you the full 1,000 MRR? Like, or maybe that's half of it and there's another half app that came from
Yeah,
somewhere else?
I think it's a 50-50 split right now. So Product Hunt was just to get us in front of the world. But then what we're doing now is just posting on Reddit as founders, sharing the story and keep it going. People love to see numbers. So we're just sharing like a Stripe dashboard screenshot, all the succeeded payments, all the refunds as well. And then the other half is SEO. So we're trying to find keywords with hot leads. I know this sounds like a very B2B term, but we're trying to find spots in Lovable and other competitors that people are being annoyed by. So if somebody doesn't know how to export code from Lovable, so they built an app in Lovable and they just don't know how to download it, I'm going to make a video and a guide about it. And at the bottom, after I'm done presenting, I'm going to say, hey, if you're looking for a simpler alternative, you can check out Shipper. Nothing too invasive, just telling people there's options if they're looking for it. And I'm saying this is a hot lead keyword because that's a user that's probably frustrated with Lovable because they cannot find the feature or they don't like it enough. And so they might be looking for an alternative. Compare this to a keyword like best no-code app builders, which is probably so hard to get because all the big companies are paying ads for it and paying writers and everything. This is just a small keyword. It's a small guide that nobody else has covered, and I can make my fair share off of it. I'm just telling people the way to do it, and then at the bottom, I'm throwing in an honest, hey, this app lets you export code easily. Why not check it out? I think that's driven the most conversion so far, SEO and Reddit.
Yeah, that's really smart. And how are you coming up with, are you just coming up with those keywords based on thinking it through, or are you using any tools to look for those keywords? If you're enjoying this interview, check out saascourse.ai in the description to learn how to build your own SaaS with AI tools like Lovable and Cursor. And you can use the growth techniques you're learning in this interview to grow your SaaS to $1,000 of MRR. Click the link in the description to get your first lesson for free.
Honestly, no. This export code from Lovable keyword, we got it from our customer and customer support. So somebody said, I asked them, hey, would you mind telling us how you found us? And they said, yeah, I was looking at Lovable. I didn't like this export code thingy, so I found you on Google. So that made me question, okay, if this person did it, I can just make these guys for Lovable, Replit, Visio, and all these other guys. Because if one person is looking at that and is willing to share with me all this information, there's probably so many other customers frustrated with these other tools, and I can just show them how to do it in those tools and then potentially convert them. And I think talking to your customers is so important because you hear stuff like this, which you would have never guessed if you were thinking of, I have to develop this feature, and then that feature, but you forgot about talking to the customer who is upset with a competitor, and you can win off of them.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of good advice in there. First, and I think that like search keyword and then specifically trying to think about places where people might be frustrated with your competitors is really smart because that could apply to a lot of different types of apps, not just what you're doing. And I can attest to those search terms, even just on the No Code MBA YouTube channel. Like we make some videos that are more search related that'll be like, oh, how to connect Stripe to base 44, something like that. And
yeah, that's a random keyword, right?
And people are really interested in it because they're searching for it. They want to know how to do it. What's nice about the space you're in is that there's so many competitors and people are probably looking at similar search terms for a lot of them, I would imagine. So in some ways, it's hard to be in a competitive space, but then also there's some benefits to it as well.
Yeah. And I think one of the SEO parts that I forgot to mention, I thought is the basics, is another type of article is competitor alternative. So lovable alternative, when somebody's searching for the best 5 lovable alternatives, then show people why they should switch from the competitor to you. Yeah, this is another sort of content cluster, it's called, I think, that people could start doing. Yeah,
I'm on your site and I see you have really good built out pages for those comparison tools. So are you thinking at all about AI SEO, are you able to track that at all? Or is that something you're thinking about?
I think there's a lot of automations to be done. Everything that I've done since I've got into SaaS is SEO, but I try to keep it manual. So I would make my articles, I would write a few ideas, send it to ChatGPT. It puts out an article, then I brush it up, but I wouldn't scale this because I think it's hard. One of the things I learned is with internal links, for example, when you have 300 posts, it's hard to give each post 50 internal links because you have to do all of that manually. So our approach with Shipper is we try to only cover these hot leads keywords and maybe we're going to have 15 posts on the whole website. And then it's so easy to keep everything connected to each other so that all the content helps each other grow, instead of having 300 disconnected posts about different topics like the best no-code apps builders, whatever, which again, it's a really hard keyword for us to get. So what we're focusing on is smaller keywords that we can keep connected to each other and keep readers in this loop where ultimately we're telling them Shipper could be the answer to their questions.
That makes sense. And then are you seeing traffic come from like ChatGPT or other AI searches?
Yeah, which is crazy. So we have a domain rating of 2.9 or 3, which is so bad because the website is new. But ChatGPT apparently doesn't care about that. Again, when there's a new topic like export code from Lovable, maybe it's my website on SERP, a few YouTube videos, and then a random documentation article from Lovable. So Chat doesn't have enough information to train itself from. So it's forced to read my article, which in the first place, it's made in a clean way as if it was a DR70 website, because I've tried to make everything perfect. And while Google is ignoring that page while it's new, ChatGPT just looks at it. And we've had another customer tell us, yes, I found you through ChatGPT when I was looking for base 44 alternatives. And I was like, what? How could you find us if it's not on SERP? And then I went myself on a separate, secret conversation on a different account to check it out myself. Yeah. And I was just amazed, like, how can this AI reference me when Google cannot? So we've seen a few users. Yeah, it's probably one of the top referral domains after YouTube and Twitter or Reddit.
Yeah. That's really interesting. I feel like it is such a big opportunity now to try to, no one knows exactly how it works. To me, it seems like it's like I get as many of these long tail keywords as you can, because that's going to get picked up even if you have a low domain ranking, like you said. But I do think when it comes to like SEO, like everything you're doing, everything you would do for Google SEO still applies, I think, for ChatGPT search and Perplexity search and everything. It's not that different at the end of the day.
I think when people are saying that search engines, traditional search engines are going to die, there's this clickbait, because so many people have said it before. AIs train themselves off of Google at the end of the day. When you optimize for SEO, you do the same for G or AI, whatever it's called. Generative AI optimization is the same thing, because you write the same sort of stuff. You're not going to change much of it. Yeah. Regardless, we're good.
And then back to Shipper for a minute. In building something in a competitive landscape, like, how did you think about that when you were like, hey, we want to build Shipper? Yeah, there's other options. What made you feel, was it mainly the positioning of making it easy to use that you said, okay, we can win in this space? Or was it, we think we can be better at marketing, we think we can build better features to, like, especially as a more of an indie hacker, just starting out as a small team? How do you think about that when there's companies that have raised so much money in the same space?
Again, I think our advantage is their corporateness, because when you grow and you have VCs behind you, shipping a feature is probably going to take 2, 3, 4, 5 days longer than for me and my brother, because we're 2 people and there's nothing standing between me and the customer. It's just their proposition, which as soon as they say it, I'm taking it to the developers and I'm saying, guys, let's do this because we don't want to lose this customer. And that's the indie hacker spirit that I said I want to keep it there as we grow. Because if in a very nice scenario we make, 100K MRR, I don't want this to stop. I want this to be the reason why people stick with us. The fact that they know if they need something, they're going to get it. And yeah, basically, I think this is a huge market, because in a way, this is website building at the end of the day, because these are web apps. So website building in itself has been huge for a long time. App building has been huge as well. And when you see all these apps like Lovable making such big amounts of money, you could have a bit of that pie for yourself and try to have even if it's a smaller product, it can still stand out next to the others.
Right. Yeah, totally. And I think that's a good way of thinking about it. And that's the other advantage by not raising money. You don't have to be a $1 billion company for it to be amazingly successful for yourself.
Yeah.
And then what are the main things people are using Shipper for? Because you could build so many things. So what are you seeing people getting the most value out of it with?
So we've had some people telling us, please don't share it. But I'm going to say some other apps. For now, since the product is pretty new, you can create a Spotify clone, but connecting it to the database of songs and whatever is going to be pretty hard. So there aren't that big apps right now. We're seeing a lot of trackers. It's probably because we've also promoted in the according subreddits and everything. We're seeing people coming with gym trackers, like when you're doing all your reps and exercises to keep track progress, calorie counters, water intake, the small kind of apps which you can pretty much develop from the first prompt.
Right.
We've seen somebody trying to make a local car selling and buying website where you can buy and sell cars locally, which that's a pretty ambitious take. But yeah, those are the kind of apps that we really want to help building from the first prompt as we go.
Yeah. Yeah. And is the database is built into it as well, so people can build apps with persistent data?
Yeah. You can also have a login accounts, people coming in. So you can basically make a SaaS out of a SaaS, kind of.
Got it.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, the trackers is interesting. So people are using it. You're seeing a lot of people using Shipper for like personal use, a little personal app, that kind of thing.
Because I think that's how it starts, because our main audience is B2C. So it's people that, especially non-technical people. So they probably want to build something for themselves. And then I really want to see people going out there and making money with their own apps and turning it into a real product. So I think this is the whole beauty behind this, is you do something for yourself for yourself. And then you find out it's a problem that more people have. So you decide to put up a paywall. You're just going to type in Stripe integration. You're going to copy your API key and put it there. And there you go. That's your business starting to make money. And even if that's not your goal, another goal would be to just help people do stuff quicker, like the calorie tracker. Imagine going up to the App Store right now. I'm tracking my own calories. So if I'm there, I have to go through all the ads and all the paid apps and whatever. So I can just go here in Shipper, send calorie tracker, and then I have it. It's working from the first prompt.
Yeah. I feel like that's another like marketing idea. Someone should just do what you're doing, but then build it with Shipper, or you can do that. But like literally someone could take everything that we've talked about, apply it to whatever they're building with Shipper and get your first revenue that way.
Yeah. That was the goal, honestly, to just show the people that this is what you can do in 60 days. I'm trying to share everything that worked and what didn't work. You can just close this podcast and go and post on Reddit and try like stalk my account, do exactly as I did, because that's what I did. That's another super good advice. Go on Reddit, go on any subreddit in your niche, big or small, source from top of all time and just replicate all the posts you see there and see what sticks, because maybe somebody got 15K upvotes, you're going to get 5. You really never know how it works in this algorithm, but you can also get 200, 1K, whatever. I've seen that myself. Just copy something, add your own spice a little bit, make it feel unique, not like a word for word copy. And then once you find the one thing that worked, just do that all over. Don't waste time with other stuff. Just reiterate.
Yeah, no, totally. I think there's definitely formats as well that you can see, like certain formats or things do well on different platforms, and that can be really like the answers are there for you. Like you said, just go to the top posts of all time and you'll see the ones that have resonated the most with the community. To get an idea.
People have done it before. Just get inspired, add your own spice and enjoy.
Yeah. The other thing with Reddit that I've seen work well recently with AI, especially with ChatGPT search and that kind of thing, is like if someone posted what are the best AI, what's a good alternative to Lovable and on Reddit, and then you respond and be like, hey, I started Shipper. Check it out here. Or whatever, if you have whatever your product is, ChatGPT is picking that up a lot of the time too.
Yeah.
Helpful. Yeah.
What I've seen people do is they would buy a lot of accounts, spam Reddit, buy up votes. Myself and my brother were actually the moderators of r/SaaS, the SaaS subreddit. And I don't even need to remove those posts, because Reddit knows by default if it's a post with one comment and 50 upvotes, that just triggers the algorithm to delete the comment and the post as well sometimes. So as you've seen, I'm commenting sometimes on r/Replit saying, hey, I did this. This is my app in case you want to check it out. I try to do it manually and just leave it there. Maybe 3 people are going to see it, and I'd rather just leave it like that without being spammy, instead of triggering all the alarms and getting myself banned and hurting other people as well. Because when somebody's asking how to download my code from Replit, you don't want to go there and say, hey, I built this, check it out. You want to say how to do it, and then, hey, in case you want to check it out, I made this alternative. Try to make it like a human, because nobody likes feeling like a salesman is coming in front of them.
totally. How did you, so r slash SaaS had
Yeah.
like 400,000 followers or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
you guys just create that a long time ago from zero? Or how do you?
No, in 2008, I was probably in school or something because that's when the sub was created. My brother's been a moderator there, and I think he's added me as a mod a few years ago. And yeah, that's like another, I wouldn't say gig because we're not making money off of this, but this is another stuff that another thing that we're managing. We're also moderating there, trying to keep it a civil place. So nice. Yeah.
And does that help you at all with Shipper or
Not
no,
really.
not really?
You would be
Yeah.
surprised it doesn't really, because if you start to promote your software, well, people are going to get really upset. And then Reddit's also
Yeah.
going to get upset because who are you to come here and just pin your post everywhere and whatever. So we're trying to keep, well, why would I lie? I am commenting sometimes. If somebody's asking for a lovable alternative,
Yeah.
I am going to say, hey, there's Shipper right there. But yeah, it's not really all that helpful. My audience is in other subreddits because SaaS is mainly for
Yeah.
founders. My audience is some builders, but not so many, but rather B2C people. So I would find them, for example, that person who's building the calorie tracker app. I wouldn't find them in r/SaaS. I would find them in r/calorie tracking or whatever the community is. So
Right.
yeah, trying to keep those sort of not disconnected, but not overlapping. Yeah.
Okay. So don't try and go build a massive subreddit thinking it's going to help like massively grow your.
Depends. If you're, for example, do you know PostHog, the Google Analytics alternative?
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
you're PostHog, you would like to reach out to SaaS founders. So, for example, somebody who's posting a lot in our subreddit, it's Rewardful, the affiliate platform.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
their
yeah.
audience. That makes sense for them. And most of the time, they're not even spamming it. So pretty good. Just gonna let them do their thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Makes sense. One last question about Reddit. To find these like people who might be interested in Shipper, are we using any tools to help find those posts, or just searching, or just going on the subreddits manually and looking?
No, we're making the post. So we're putting it out there and people are coming to us. But one thing which we did at first,
I think.
we wanted to get 10, 15 people to beta test Shipper before it was out. So what I did was, and it was so effective, I went to r/lovable, sorted from the latest post, and I've messaged every single person that has commented on the last like 10 posts. So I've messaged 300 people or so. So many have replied, but because they're such cold leads, most of them just stop paying attention at one point. It's a different story than when they come to you when you post. Because when you post and somebody says, hey, dude, I want to check that out, that's different than you sliding in their DMs, ruining their day with your SaaS or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got some people into the group chat. We got, out of all these people, maybe we got 5 people to create an account. 2 of them, we gave them the 100% off discount because we wanted them to test it for free, and one of them tried it twice and then that's it. So if you if you scale this, I think you could potentially find people that are interested in helping you. But yeah, to answer your question, I just did it manually. I didn't use any tool. And same for SEO. I've been doing SEO since 2019. I've maybe 4 times used Ahrefs or SEMrush or these tools. I'm not saying they're not effective. They're just not my cup of tea.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. We covered a lot. This is really helpful for anyone who has built their own company, trying to figure out how to get the first 1,000 MRR and beyond.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you want to share with people, or anywhere they should go to follow you?
Maybe my ex. Check out Shipper. Check out No Code MBA as well.
Cool.
Yeah, that's it. That's all I think that we've tried so far.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. I really appreciate you coming on. Everyone should check out shipper.now, and check out David's socials and see what he's doing to help grow it and follow along on the journey. If you enjoyed this video, click the link in the description to get your first lesson for free of our AI SaaS course. You'll learn how to build your own SaaS using AI tools like Lovable and Cursor. You'll learn how to integrate with Stripe, build user authentication for signing in and signing out, and have a full backend database. Click the link in the description to get started. And subscribe to our YouTube channel to get more free content like this. Leave a comment below to let me know what you think of this interview and if we should do more of them. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.